Grammar in use. Oops. Watch this video and learn how to use so that clause in English. This is a very nice lesson. It's going to be sweet and, objective, but it's an important lesson to help you communicate more efficiently in English. If you don't know me very well, hello, I'm Teacher Prix and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, yes, because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. If you have already done so, I appreciate it. Smash that like button. But let's talk about so that clauses in English, okay? And here on my channel, guys, I help pre-intermediate and intermediate students. My goal is to help students at this level to go from stuck to speaking in 6 months, unlock their English fluency. And guys, at this moment, at this level, and for the rest of your journey, you cannot ignore grammar. No. Okay? There's still vital information you need to learn so that you can speak English in different situations. Not to mention, guys, it's not just about new grammar lessons. No, you will go back to previous lessons, simple present, past simple, and you will learn extra information about those grammar points. There is a lot of information in these basic grammar points. We just don't show you everything because you would go bananas if we showed everything at once, when you were beginning your journey. That's why we continue exploring grammar points and we go back to popular grammar lessons, but always adding a little bit extra, okay? That's the goal. And today we're going to be talking about so that. And guys, this is something that I do with my students. They have grammar lessons in every module. They have additional information in some lessons that they probably already studied, okay? And every month we have live workshops where I bring new grammar lessons or I bring new explanations, additional explanations, because grammar is part of the journey. I consider grammar a skill. We need to work on your grammar skills because that will help you with comprehension and with English speaking. But that being said, let's talk about conjunctions, okay? Quick review. What is a conjunction? Sometimes we call it connector, okay, but it's a conjunction at the end of the day. And conjunction is a word or a combination of words, even though, as much as, even if, okay? So it can be more than one word. It can be 2, 3, depends on the conjunction, okay? But a conjunction is a word or a connection, a combination of words that brings ideas together, connects ideas, joins ideas. So, okay, that's why sometimes we call it connectors. But that's the purpose of a conjunction, to join sentences, okay, to join phrases. So I said join ideas, but the goal is here, if I just talk about grammar, I join phrases with the connectors, with the help of connectors, the conjunctions, okay? Right now I'm using conjunctions. I'm using conjunctions as I explained to you guys, if you just pay attention, because we have simple conjunctions such as but, and, or, okay? However, although, so these are all conjunctions we use in everyday conversation. So this is just a quick review, okay? I have many lessons here on my channel where I talk about important connectors. Make sure to check them out. Now, so that. So we use so that as a conjunction to introduce clauses, sentences, okay? Clauses of reason. Just give me a reason, just a little bit. It's too high for me. So it's to join, okay, to bring together, to introduce reason, explanation. So to help you understand, remember why. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Tell me the reason. Give me an explanation. So that will come before the explanation. Will come before the reason. So it introduces this clause, the explanation clause, the reason clause. Take a look at the example on the screen. I'm doing all this extra work so that I can save up for my new car. Someone wants to buy a new car, right? Well, This is partially true about me. Maybe you don't know this about me. Maybe it's your first time watching this lesson, but in every lesson I give, I highlight the importance of connecting English with your life. So don't create meaningless examples. Always try to connect that example, that practice you're having, even a simple practice like this one, with something meaningful. So this is partially true about me. I am saving up so that I can buy a car. Okay? I'm not doing anything extra or anything different. I'm just saving up money so that I can buy a new car, so that I can buy a car. I've never had a car, you know. I was thinking about this year. I would like to have a car, but I don't know. Who knows? Let's see if it happens. Just a simple car to get me around, you know. I'm spending too much on Uber and it's not as safe and convenient. So anyway, so this is the idea. So as you can see on the screen, I'm doing all this extra work so that, and then after so that, I will introduce, I will mention, I will speak, I will describe the reason, the explanation. So I'm doing this extra work. Okay. Oh, but Priscilla, can I just use because I want to buy a car or to buy a new car? Yes, you can. Of course you can. Yes, you can. I'm doing all this work to buy a new car. I'm doing all this extra work because I want a new car. So guys, I'm sharing options. This is what fluent people do. They learn new things so that they can have a better speaking repertoire. That's what you should aim, okay? You should focus on, okay, I can speak. I'm saving money to buy a car. Perfect. Wonderful. Clear. No problems. Now, let's advance. Let's take this to the next level. Let's include new things. Let's include a different connector, a different conjunction. Let's add different elements, okay? We can even think about ways to embellish this phrase. But when I say embellish, I mean in a way that native speakers do, not in a way that nobody does, only in books, okay? So always keep that in mind. I am bringing you options the native speakers use. At the end of the day, that's what they use, okay? I'm not going to come here with a book lesson that nobody uses just because it's advanced. Keep that in mind, okay? So why are you doing the extra work? To save up for a new car, okay? I want my new car. That's why I'm saving, okay? Oh, I want to buy a new car. That's why I'm doing all this extra work. Different way, okay? Awesome. Got it? Let's take a look at more examples. I bought this bike so that I could ride it with my friend on weekends. Awesome. So why am I buying this bike? To ride it with my friend on weekends, you know, to go for a bike ride with my friend. That's the reason. And so that is introducing the reason, okay? She moved back to Nebraska so that she could stay closer to her family. Her family is in Nebraska. She moved back to Nebraska to stay with them, so that she could stay with them. Okay, that's the explanation. We let the kids play outside so that they leave us alone for some time. My goodness, we need 5 minutes without the kids. So we let them play outside so that we have a few moments of sanity, okay? I don't know, I'm not a mother. I don't think I will be a mother. So if you have a child, maybe you can understand this, right? I hear this a lot from my family, from my friends who are parents. Oh, no, let them play outside so that we have some moment. We have a moment to ourselves, you know? So what's the explanation? Having some time. What's the reason? Let them play outside. Why? So that we have a moment of quiet, of silence. That's the idea. Another example. I left my dad with my phone at the hospital so that he can call us if he needs to. So let's picture this. This happened to me. This is actually true, but many years ago. I think it was 16, 17 years ago, my father had a motorcycle accident with my mother. My father and my mother had a motorcycle accident. And they were in pretty bad shape. My mother stayed in hospital for a week. My father stayed in hospital for 2 or 3 weeks, and he didn't have a phone. So we left him. I left my phone with him, okay? and so that he could call us. This is actually true. Okay, see, I am connecting the example with my life. And you know what the funny thing happened? I don't know how, but I forgot. And I left my phone in English because my phone is always in English, okay? Everything is in English on my phone. So when I left my phone with my dad, it was in English. And he didn't understand anything. And then he asked for a nurse to help him. And I don't know how, but they changed it to Chinese, which is even worse. Seriously, guys, it was so hard to bring it back to English. You know? And I don't remember how we did it, but I remember getting there the next day and he was like, oh, you know what? The nurse was helping me, but now it's in Chinese. What do I do, Priscilla? And I was like, oh, fork. What do you do? Well, don't change. Oh man, I felt terrible because he was in a really bad shape. And I left the phone so that he could talk to us, but it did more harm than good, okay, at the end of the day. So fortunately, he was okay and he recovered well. And eventually he went home. So that's the idea, okay? Oh, Priscilla, can I see so that together in a different way? Yes, it's possible. Another explanation here, but I'm not going to get into details, okay? So you may see so and that together, but not necessarily introducing this reason explanation. It may be a different structure, so we need to pay attention, okay? All right, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yes, more than 50% of people who watch my lessons hit the like button and not subscribed. So check this out, support the channel. And if you're interested, I have an amazing study plan cycle, my 21-day study plan cycle. The idea is to help you teach your brain how to build better study habits. Make sure to check it out, link in the description of this video. Let's move on. What verbs should you use after so that? Now, I wanted to make a special slide just to talk about this because as I was preparing this lesson, I was searching for examples with so plus that, because all examples I was creating, I was using can and could. And that's when I realized, I was like, oh man, it's a very common collocation. So you will see that most of my examples were with could, you can or can. I can also use other verbs, but you will see that it's rather common to use a modal verb or a semi-modal verb like would, will, okay, after the so that clause, okay, after so that, because after so that you need another clause, you need a phrase, okay? So you need a subject, so that my sister, so that the doctor, so that the situation. That's what I mean, the verb after it, okay? And in most scenarios, you will see that you will use can, could, would, okay, will or won't, depending if it's a negative sentence. You can use a regular verb like have or need, study, but you will see that it's less common, okay? You will need to find a situation. I think my main point here, you will need to think of a situation. And based on what I researched, and I found hundreds of examples, okay? I'm very good at finding examples. I consulted many examples. I checked many examples. And the most common collocation is can and could, okay? Would as well, but can, could are the most popular ones. And then the action verb, the verb of the phrase. So she could call, so he could stay, so they could eat, so that they could study, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. So look at the example. Let's eat in so that we don't overspend. So let's eat in. What is that supposed to mean? Let's not eat out. Let's eat in at home so that we don't overspend. Why? Oh, the restaurants are ridiculous these days. They are too expensive, Let's eat in so that we don't overspend tonight, okay? We've been spending too much this month, so let's eat in so that we don't overspend. And congratulations, it's April 2nd and you're already overspending. Bring a jacket so that you don't feel cold later today. Okay, see? Bring a jacket so that you don't feel. It's negative. That's why you see don't. So you don't feel, so that you don't feel cold later today. Perfect. So it's possible to use a different verb. But I'm telling you, you will find could and can like top. I saw many examples with may as well, Every time I'm preparing these lessons like this, and I want to prepare examples, I check hundreds of examples to make sure that I get a clear picture of what I want to show, because I understand this very easily. I mean, this is not a difficult subject for me, but because I am dealing with students at different levels from all over the world, I like to verify, to check if there are better verbs, better collocations. So I'm telling you, can and could, big guys here, okay? But that doesn't stop you from using different verbs. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Now, we also have so plus adjective plus that. Super common, okay? But in this case, we change a little. So I'm using so plus adjective plus that clauses, okay? And in this case, guys, do not use very. It was very hot that I had to open the window. No, don't do that, okay? In this case, we use so. It was so hot that I had to leave the air conditioning all day. I had to leave the air conditioning on all day, okay? Not my case. I don't have air conditioning. When it's hot, it's just hot. I melt. I feel like dying. So this is not my case. Do you have air conditioning? Lucky you. She's so intelligent that everybody looks up to her. Why does everybody look up to her? Because she's so intelligent. Okay? So this is a common structure. There may be more explanations. I just wanted to show you that whenever I share a lesson and an explanation like this, I know that there are additional pieces of information, and oftentimes the students remember that, oh, but how about the possibility? Well, I know there are. So this is one example. So plus adjective plus that, and then your clause, okay? It was so hot that I decided to stay home, that I decided to go to the beach, okay? It was so hot that I decided to go to the beach, okay? And in this case, in this structure, when I'm using so plus adjective plus that, then you will see that can and could, good, but you have more options, okay? It's easier to come up with other ideas and use different verbs. It's more flexible. So you will see that it's very easy to use other verbs with this structure, okay? With the previous one, which was the goal of this lesson, you may find it a little bit trickier, but possible. There's nothing in the books that says that says that you can't. No, you can. Be my guest. You just have to find a context. And this is a student's biggest challenge, okay? But nothing impossible. You just have to think a little, but you can use can, could. Awesome. There you go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Share this video with a friend and get my study plan cycle. But other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye.